I'll be calling you a radical. I want to go through some of this. I was going through my old Son Onofre stuff and just to prove to you and show you this fucking disgusting, criminal, derelict fucking enterprise that is just fucking ravishing the planet for 75 years, that is destroying us. The nuclear energy crime scene. And I got thinking about this, and I remembered I had this, dug it out. Let's get into this. So, this is when they shoved it down our fucking throat. The lying, criminal, fucking derelicts that they are. Okay, this is their propaganda. This is a joint project of Southern Cal Edison and San Diego Gas and Electric. Yeah, it's in San Diego County. I know you think it's orange. Okay, energy, the secret of man's progress. Now, here's where it gets sick, okay? Peach Bottom, okay? That fucking nightmare. But this is where the malice really becomes in earnest. Yeah, that's Santa. Okay, this is Santa Susana. Okay? That's the salt reactor right there. That's the experiment right there. This piece of propaganda was put out in 62 or 63. The reactor, or even 64. This is well after that right there blew to fucking smithereens. The only core meltdown that's ever been in the United States? Yep. Yeah. Till Fukushima. Now look, here's the artist rendition. Now this is before you see the 5's not there. 5, I believe, was built, and help me out, I think it was built in 1965. Is that right? You know, we used to drive down there. We would take, what is 40th Street into San Diego. Back and forth from Utah there. I-15 wasn't there till fucking, wow. I-15 wasn't there till the late 70s, I believe. Maybe even the early 80s, but yeah, they were going to put it, fucking insane monsters. So, again, this is how they shoved it down the throat on the Marine base, the Winter White House, Cotton's house. Again, that blew to fucking smithereens in 1959. Okay, now stay with me. This is important historical stuff because the shutdown of San Onofre, it just means everything. Just everything. I've always known it. I've been battling them since before it was built. I want you to think about this, a nuclear disaster. What was Santa Susana when they didn't even disclose that anything had ever happened there, I think, till 1972. And you will go to the Wikipedia page and they'll say an 11-year-old girl died, and that's kind of what brought her to the fore. You know whose 11-year-old girl that was? Girls, yeah. The Motley Crue, his little girl, he sued him, one fucking vision. You see my gypsy, help me out, at Arcadia High School. Stevie Nicks from here, her friend Robin Anderson, they went after him. What was that, 1980-ish? That was post. That album, Rumors, it's just a rumor. That was 77, I believe. So anyway, your SMRs that Utah's funding. So I just had a conversation. I just left, believe it or not, at the hospital. I was getting blood works done. I run into one of Spencer Cox, our new governor's staffers, was in there. We had a long conversation today about the SMR, about Santa Susana. That's what set me off on this digging. Idaho National Lab. Now remember, Idaho National Lab, 1958 or 9-ish right then. Same thing. Remember this little SMR, fairy tale, blew to smithereens, had to kill a guy off the city, killed 3. Radioactive. So then, San Onofre. I remember people in San Diego were flipping their fucking ever-loving lids. They're going fucking sight. You ain't building this fucker here. Fuck you. They were going nuts. Everybody was. My family down there, Hunsaker Avenue is right there. If you go to Oceanside, James Hunsaker. Yeah, remember that guy? What? That was White Earp's attorney? Yeah. Yeah, but it goes deeper than that. Abraham Hunsaker the first, the statue at Old Town, January 29th, the massacre day here in Utah, 1847. He arrived at Old Town, stayed. There was a racetrack at Pacific Beach. People don't know that. There was a horse racetrack there. Yeah, right there. Right there where the Crystal Pier's at. At the Browning Scripps house. It's gone now. Wyatt Earp used to run his horses there. A lot of younger, all those guys used to hang out there. Was he the first sheriff, James Hunsaker? Talk about Fox in charge of chicks, and they found the gold, but that's my line on Hunsaker Avenue. So it goes back there. Those people, you talk about a bunch of fucking beatniks that evolved out of that. The Communist Party was headquartered there. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I hang out at Nick's. I always do a gig on the table there. It's the PB Local. That was Cameron's mom. She's a, San Diegan. So many of these fucking good roots there. They have no part of that. We had the Crab Coalition, that goes way back before Mothers for Peace. The Abalone Coalition. That's where it really fucking taught me. She just died, not Donna Young or Donna Gilmore. Old Donna. She's in those hearings. I remember when I went on that fucking rant. And, both those times. I went off on the fucking rant at Ellison and all of them at San Juan Capistrano. But before that at the Omni in Carlsbad. I went off on that. Skip, who's the PR guy for the NRC, in those hearings, he says, tell you, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been to every one of them, including Yankee, and they go crazy. And by the way, I want to say this, when Bernie Sanders is the junior senator. Oh, fuck. You gloves, how about this sweater? I'll show you. This beats yours, Bernie. Oh, this is way better than yours. How about that? That's real. I got to send an offer question. And I'm like, they knew. And the propaganda they're shoving down our throat for this reactor in the fucking 60s. Oh, we got it like Santa Susana, Rocketdyne, Boeing, that was the propellant they turned into To the Moon, Laurel Canyon, Chemo. Before there was Laurel Canyon, fucking, where did he come from? Frank Zappa? He lived in PB for a while, but they came from the fucking CIA. And the weapons testing, the biological weapon testing of Maryland, Virginia. That's where they're all from, CIA. Laurel Canyon on Chemo. Before it was Laurel Canyon, it was La Jolla. Vermeer died in La Jolla, Up there on PB Point, there used to be these little shacks and these cannons that shut up. Now, the houses. Einstein talked about it. Vermeer died there young. Peter knows a lot about this. His mom worked for Jonas Salk. Talk about a walking, talking fucking historian. Here, there. You want to learn any more about this? One of the Fries. Yeah, the Fries are PB. They're great. Not Don or Skip. One of the other one does this really fucking great historical blog. Fucking fantastic work. He's a fucking gem. And he knows 10 times more about it than I ever did as far as that goes. But as far as San Onofre, nobody knows. Donna knew. I remember when I got done with that rant, I was dying of cancer. And her husband, who lived to be 100, she lived to be, I believe, 98 or 99. That's what we used to do down there, right, at PB? Not anymore. Fukushima handled that for us, didn't it? She come up and she's like, I got to tell you, Kevin Blanche, freak, you're old school. You're the last of the Mohegans. I says, well, who do you think taught me? The Crab Coalition, the Abalone Coalition. They were the fucking greatest. The anti-nukers. Remember 79? All the artists got on it. Those phony fucking sellouts. James Brown, fucking kid. Excuse me. There's a 40. By the way, Hank Aaron fucking passed. Talk about a fucking living legend. Wow. So, all those sellouts. Jackson fucking Brown. Fucking running on empty. Piece of shit. They all fucking sold us. Graham Nash he still shows up. Well, a few years ago I was at Mothers for Peace and he sat right next to me. You know, he didn't say much. God, there's that. I was looking for that just now, and I just spotted it. Here it is. God, I'm going to have to do another video, ain't I? Got to get my... For real? Locker Hammer and Hank. Bought that at the Ogden, Utah Mall. That's original. Ben Hubbard. But anyway, so think about it. Who sets a scale on accident from... Now, I want you to think about this. The scale on an accident in a nuclear disaster. It's just a 7. Santa Susana is a 7. By the way, they've had at least 4 freaking accidents there. All SMRs blowing up fucking in the late 50s into the 60s. That's just the ones we know about they admit to. Because of Neil's lawsuit, really, he brought a lot of that into light. His 11-year-old girl they murdered. Kim Kardashian you recently made a semi-valley. Talk about the Valley Girls. I used to have a Valley Girl girlfriend. Whoa, that chick. Talk about fucking... radioactive. Don't come around me. Don't come around me. Because I radiate in the sea. That's Ooh Ooh Malibu. That's whole. Courtney Love, when she does that song and she lays down, don't come around me. Don't come around me. She lays right in the typos because I'm radioactive. Talk about imitating art. Whoa. So who sets the scale from 1 to 7? That's Malice by Inception. This is the monsters that these motherfuckers are. And they need to go down. I'm going to send this video to Kamala, the White House, because she was the AG on the shutdown center. And by the way, I've traced down some of the trolls. One of the trolls has been paid by the owners of Center. And you think they're owned by the public utility. No, they're not public utilities. The likes of Bill Gates and Apple and fucking these, Steve Jobs and crew that, they own. By the way, Linda Epstein, I think it's irony. We just had the ironies on this at the University of Syracuse. That's where Joe Biden got his law degree. I taught with Kyle Madsen at Weber State, the Water School of Business. He was a professor there. He died very young out of nowhere, the water's curse of cancer. So did his wife. There's a reactor there that melted down at the University of Syracuse. Biden knows all this, and so Bo was murdered by the nuclear energy. The waste from nuclear energy is what makes white phosphorus, which is depleted uranium, which they sprayed all over Fallujah, which all those guys. By the way, Afghanistan, they staged those troops at the Polygon. What's that? That's the test site in fucking Russia, K2. They're all coming back, and Code Pink and I are standing together. What an irony when they announce the winner of this election. This cultural iconic shift that we're going to have. We'll see. Now, everybody's like, oh, well, he'll do the same. Well, we don't know yet, do we? We don't know. But you think with the death of Livermore, California, Kamala Harris's mom, the epidemiologist research PhD. Yeah, the oncologist. That's her mom. She died in 2009. It has to wound them. They're not like Barry Antoinette Obama, who's soulless. His mother was, he didn't care. So again, let me show you this. Okay, this is... I dug this out, and I'm like, God, I know I have this. A lot of my stuff belongs in a fucking museum, but I'm a little overwhelmed. So they're going off, and this publication's 1962 or 3. They say, well, look what we've got here at Santa Susana in L.A. It's an historical document. It's rare as fuck. The picture they use, they knew this had already blown up. And they're using it. They knew, and they didn't tell us. And oh, look how great! Not only are they not telling you, they're using it as a weapon. Now we got Santa Barbara shut down. It's historic. What an event. I'm a walking, talking, fucking nuclear. Well, on a lot of subjects, I'm a walking, talking encyclopedia. But I don't know. I guess that's why it's. By the way, I want to say this because my neighbor just died. Bernie. She was right through the. I say my neighbor, it's a mile away, but you can see right there. Mrs. McLean. She used to make me hand sew me a lot of clothes. Her and my mom were really close friends. God, what a gem. I still have a shirt she sewed for me. I should break it out. She passed away. COVID. So many people, well, I don't know if it's COVID, I'm assuming. But the water boiling, just that aspect alone. People don't even take that, all the water on Earth with these 410 reactors, and we're down under 300 now. Take one down. Since Kevin Blanche kicked I'm the one that leaked all that data out when I was in bone marrow transplant. Go ask Kamala Harris. I took some serious risks doing that. They fuckers hate me. Fuck them. Try to kill me and I can't fight back. When they were cheating on the exchange. When they were cheating and cutting up the money, Jerry Brown. Now think about this. Jerry Brown, the judge that recused the lawsuit to fucking bust these guys all to hell. Oh, well, he was his classmate at Skull and Bones Law, Yale Law. His fucking roommate. Shouldn't that be automatic reclusion? You know, tell that to the new, senator. He's Latino. Tell that to the new AG. And unbelievable. So, all roads lead to the nuclear energy crime syndicate, including Biden, University of Syracuse law degree. Boy, there's a reactor there that fucking, they poisoned the Hudson. Kamlins, Mom, Livermore, fuck, I protest so many. The creepiest place on the face of the fucking earth. That place is so top. Bringing star power to earth, that's their logo. They're sick, evil fuckers there. She was the research PA. She broke ranks. And, they killed her. So, Barry Antoinette Obama, and then there's that fuckhead fucking, oh, God. Trump. What a fucking thing. So they boil all the Earth's water. Every reactor boils all the Earth's water on the entire planet every 5 years. That's how much water they take. They kill all the fish. It comes out hotter than it goes in. And that steam comes out of the cooling towers. Go put your hand over the top of it. It'll melt the fucking skin off your hand. So it is climate change. Fukushima radical, this collapse, whatever. And so I just want to put this up as a historical document. This Senate Offrey, again, more malice. And they get away with it. It's fucking... It's absolute premeditated murder is what it is. Absolute. These are not my words. Those are his. What about the ray gun? Fuck, I fucking battled those guys so hard. I'm the only activist fucking really there. One more time. Historical document. This propaganda piece was put out to the people. This showed up in a mailbox, I think, at my grandparents' house. MPB. Okay, I want you to look at that. That's Santa Susana. They're saying Santa Susana atomic, how wonderful and great it is. This is a picture that predates that blew to smithereens right there in 1959. Full core meltdown. Partial core meltdown. The assembly rods. Fukushima, that's a whole nother animal. Full MOX fuel, 3 fucking full meltdowns, and this place is still radioactive and still killing to this day. I see, so many people. The one that I think about lately, everybody's died. How about Paul Westphal? He's an LA guy right there. Fuck, you know what kind of shape he was in? He just died at 70 fucking years old. Fuck, he did everything right. I see, Saved by the Bell. We're praying for you. Diamond, he's fighting. All these LA fucking guys. Like Southern Utah. Say it ain't so, little Joe. This is the Malice. They're shoving fucking this reactor. It's closed now, and they're going to fucking blow it up and give Dolly Parton a mastectomy, and they want to bring the fucking waste to Utah. We just had this conversation. I'm trying to get fucking Spencer Cox up to speed. He didn't have a clue. He grinned his grass, and he knows now. I'm like, we don't want to fucking hear. Leave her alone. Don't give her a mastectomy. She's radioactive. They had a full-blown out accident. I'm the guy that fucking... You wouldn't even know they had an accident there. They call it a steam malfunction on their scale to 1 to 7. They rank it a 3, I think. They fucking vented. It wasn't a scram. They vented all over San Clemente. They were cheating on the fucking exchange to save fucking tens of millions of dollars and chop it up among each other. Fucking PV told me to go fuck myself in a hearing, multiple. These corrupt fuckers, so anyway, historical document. I thought about it after having this conversation with the regime change here in Utah, and I'm like, God, go see if you can find that. I know I have it. I'm glad I fucking do. So the library, the research library, just went in it. Stay tuned.